Hey everybody, in this video I want to visit the idea of using a consistent visual identity as well as a consistent tone or voice in your integrated marketing communication efforts. So as I mentioned in an earlier video, this is certainly something to keep in mind. And there's a couple of different possibilities when you're working with a client. It could be that they're an established brand and so they already have this figured out. They have a brand guide for you to follow. And so before you even begin doing any kind of work as part of your research process, one of the things to look out for would be some kind of brand media guide. So you'll want to ask for that, or if you want to be proactive, go ahead and look for it in their website. Typically, that's going to be available. And if not, well, again, just ask for it. Now, another possibility could be that if you're working with a brand, maybe they don't have this part figured out yet. And so now this is where you can shine and show off your marketing expertise by telling them, like, hey, as part of your marketing efforts, it's really important to establish your brand. What is it that you want to convey? What kind of visual aspects will that involve? And then also, what kind of tone are we going for here? So it could be that your project would then involve or include creating a brand identity guide for your clients, or it could be that they want to revamp their existing brand media, like they want to update their logo, their look, or so on. And so lots of different possibilities there. Now, as an example, I want to show you Athens State University because as part of your video tutorials, I want to recreate one of their ads that they recently featured in their Facebook social media account. So I'm recording this, today's May 7th, so this is an event happening in 4 days, like now, but by the time you watch this video, this will have happened already. But if you look there, and if you're familiar with the Athens State brand, you're going to instantly recognize that, yeah, this is very Athens State like, not only because the logo's there, but it follows the brand that you probably come to recognize, right? It's got those primary colors used there, that blue, and then the accent colors. There's that gold, and then consistent font, and then this is typically kind of the tone they're going for. So we're going to recreate that, but we'll save that for another video or two. For now, let's go behind the scenes. So Athens State University, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, one of your first steps or part of your step when researching an organization that you're first working with to help them with their marketing efforts, one of your steps should be to look for a brand media guide or ask for it. So I went to athens.edu, looked for their search bar, and I typed in brand. So I also did brand guide, but that was a little too specific, so I just made it brand. So you'll have to kind of play around with your search terms to be able to find that. And then in my search results, I got these. So there it is right there, brand resources. And when I go to brand resources, it gives me what you would typically find in something like this, to where there might be a story or more information about the brand, and then definitely assets that you can download, including logos, pictures, maybe even fonts, and all these different things. So if you scroll farther down, there's an area where it says download brand collateral and other resources. So perfect. Oh, and I should mention that you should go ahead and go to these sites because we will be recreating this and you will need this logo. All right, going back to this, it takes me to a Dropbox account where they have the different items that I can download. So different brands approach this differently. You might just be able to just download directly from their webpage, or they might send you to an account like this. I've also seen Google Drive, OneDrive, so lots of different possibilities. And you'll just want to go through the different types of logos available for you. And as a look ahead, this is what we'll be using, this ping version of the Athens State logo, because we want it to look something like this. Another item that's available in the brand resources page is this PDF called Athens State University Brand Guidelines. And so this will be your guide, as it says in the name, to everything related to creating assets for Athens State University, and also in how you might set up any kind of communications related to Athens State or anything about Athens State University. And if you want to extend this whole concept, right? Again, if you're working with a brand, you'll want to ensure that you're familiar with their brand guidelines, because there's going to be specifications on there that are going to be very important. For example, they're going to have guidelines on how to use their logo, what fonts and what colors to use, and so on. So let's just look at this real quick. There's background information about Athens State University to help you get to know about the brand a little more, and see, if you look at their brand guideline, they follow their own guideline by using their own colors and fonts. So that's a good start. So more about the brand story. And then it tells you about the brand pillars. So it's really starting to paint that picture, right? For you to have a foundation on what exactly it is that this university stands for and why it communicates the way it does. And then here's that brand promise. It's our commitment to experience and value. Okay, cool. Brand beliefs. Okay. Brand personality. So there you go. You can think of the brand as an entity that has something to communicate, right? And so it even tells you right there, for prospective students, this is how we want to come across. For current students, like so. For alumni, like so. And then as part of that voice, that tone, here are some words related to the the message that Athens State wants to convey. So all positive words, right? And then now we come to the brand identity, the visual aspects. So there's indications of what color to use. So if you know anything about the technical side of printing, that'll be important right there to know. And then it tells you right here, at a minimum, if you're going to use this logo, it has to be at least 1 inch. And then it tells you how to use it, if it's not going to be this PMS 280C color, that you'll want to make it white but have it be on a background like this. So yeah, it will just go on and on. It's got 26 pages, but you get the picture, right? It's pretty comprehensive about what you can do. And so what I would tell you to do before you move on to the next video is go ahead and familiarize yourself with the Athens State University brand. Visit these sites. So go to athens.edu, do a search for brand resources or brand, check out brand resources, and just check out what's there, because it's part of your activity for assignment 3 and future assignments. You'll be working on items related to Athens State University. And it's also a good practice for you to know what kind of things to look out for when you're working with other brands, not just in this class, but perhaps future classes with me. And then also, if you do find yourself working in a marketing type position and in an integrated marketing communications kind of project. All right, so that's what I got about brand consistency. In the next video, let's get started with Canva.